Well, hello there and welcome to Linda's Electric Quilters on YouTube. I'm here in McKinney, Texas, filming with my very good friend, Corey Pearson.
Well, welcome, Linda. I'm excited. Welcome to my studio. It's a little different this time, right?
It is nice.
Normally I'm up at your studio, so
I
it's
know.
a little change of scenery.
That's all right. We'll go back and forth.
Exactly.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a nice place here, and I'm very comfortable with that.
Good.
Yeah. So guess what?
What?
I have a really special project today.
Okay. I saw you when you were pinning it on. I was like, oh, I wonder what we're going to do.
It's kind of unusual. I had a friend, Susan Hale, who brought me 4 Afghans. And you know what happens to Afghans after a time? I don't know if you're not old enough to know. But people crochet and knit Afghans, and they are so gorgeous, and you all know that. You probably all have some. But the ones I've had over time get frayed and just get really worn.
Right.
And oftentimes these are heirlooms.
Right.
Like great-grandma did them.
Right, yeah.
In fact, her great-grandma actually did this. So, and she wants to give one to each of her children.
Yeah.
And pass that on.
Okay, gotcha.
So she thought, surely I could do something about that.
I bet you can.
Yeah, to help that preserve.
Okay.
Okay. And so when we saw the minkies, she chose minkies for each one.
Okay.
And the ones we've done are just awesome.
So we're going to do minkies on the back.
We're doing minkies on the back.
Okay.
And we're not using any batting.
Okay.
And I thought some of them are kind of holey, so if you didn't want that color of minky showing through, you could put another layer of some kind of a light fabric or something.
Right.
That just makes it heavier. So
right.
The minky is working out beautifully.
Okay. Well, I'm excited to see what you've got for us.
All right. And it's really easy. But first, I need you to put this, just because, of course, I could do it.
Yes.
But we want you to do
okay,
it.
why not?
Put the spoon foot on.
Okay, well, let's do that.
Because that works really well, because we have, you know, all that yarn and stuff.
Right.
And the first one I did, I didn't remember to put that on, and you just catch every time you move.
In and out. Yeah, you just want to be able to glide right over with that
spoon
foot.
So you show us that.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Alrighty, so I've got the spoon for right here because we have the quick change feet system on my machine. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to loosen the nut right here above the foot and turn that. And what that's going to do is it's going to allow the current foot to drop out. And these quick change feet have a triangle indentation on both the male part and the female part, so they always go in straight, which is fantastic.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about if they're crooked.
Right, because changing your feet before, sometimes it could be a little difficult to make sure it was right.
Too bad the needles aren't like that.
So I'm going to place that foot in, and I will turn this nut down, and I'm going to tighten it finger tight, and then I'm going to grab my little wrench and probably do 1, 2, just to make sure it stays nice and tight, because I'd hate for that to come off while I'm quilting.
Yeah, while I'm quilting.
Yeah, well, yeah, while you're quilting this time. So what I'm going to do is I'll then thread the needle, and you're good to go.
Okay, Corey, I am very careful when I put my clamps on, but you've got to have a clamp on, because you know that this is stretchy.
Right.
Right? It
Yeah.
stretches a little more one way than it does another, but that's not a big deal. It's just that you don't want to really put a lot of pull on it. But you do need something to hold it, or it's going to be all over the place. So I have already gone down and got my thread, and I'm just going to stay right along here. Each Afghan is going to be a little different, because they have so many beautiful designs. So you have to figure out, is this design going to be diagonal? Is it going to be straight? And you're doing minimal quilting, which is really awesome.
Right.
I mean, you know, you don't want to. You don't need to do anything to the Afghan. It's just already beautiful. So I'm just doing, and I'm in regulated stitch, and I'm coming right down the middle here. And what I found was, it was best for me on all the ones I did. Now see, it's starting to pull over with me like that.
Right.
So now that I have stitched down there, I'm going to move that clamp, just so it gives me a good stability at that end.
Okay.
Okay. And then I come across here like this. And I did already go down to the end of the table and sight down here and make sure that these were straight. And that will be really important too. If you need to do a little pinning, like I've done a little pinning here at the bottom, just to make sure that everything is straight. And I just, oh, this foot is amazing. It is. But I found if I go, you know, on each roll, if I go horizontally first and then come back and do the lines, then I don't get any distortion. So that's a hint in doing these for the viewers. Oh, and you can just, I mean, they just go so quickly, really.
And so you're just freehanding this. You don't even have a channel lock on.
I do not have a channel lock on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, because if I had a channel lock on, I might be like really having to manipulate the, you know, the knit fabric.
Yeah, have to move it all around.
The yarn here and there. So I'm just letting, it's not, you know, an exact science on this.
Right.
It's not like your quilts. Because I'm getting a little extra fullness right there, so I just kind of put my fingers up there, and that finished the edge. I think when I'm finished and she gets this back, if she just trims her the minky off about a ½ an inch beyond this cute little edge, she'll be able to just turn it to the inside and use her domestic machine and just stitch along there.
Yeah,
so
that's a great
easy.
idea.
Yeah, because she still wants this little picot edge.
Right.
And it'll be all finished.
Cool.
So easy. When you cut the minky, and this is like long, this is almost like a fur. This is the cuddle.
That's their Luxe cuddle line.
Yeah,
it's
Luxe
so
cuddle.
Nice.
It's awesome. It's just so soft. But I just have my little vacuum up there.
Oh, you have to.
Oh, you have to. Yeah, but then after it's cut, it doesn't do it again.
Right.
Okay. All right. So now I can move this over. Without that spoon foot, if you even try to move that over, you'll catch something. So it's really hard. So boy, is that foot handy. We're going to find all kinds of things that we can use there. And now I can come back and go across. I think this one is already done. Sometimes I have to feel in there. Yeah. So then I would just go across, bring that up, and come down each one. Getting over here, and then I'll just go across here. You can see sometimes that fullness, you just have to ease it in a little bit, and that's why it's a little easier not to have the channel lock, not to have to deal with the channel lock.
Right.
Coming up the side like that. And that's just so cuddly and so fun.
So you're just squaring off each block, basically.
I am.
Okay,
I am.
cool.
As I come down, I can go, or I could go across the bottom and then just come down. So whatever works. It's not a science. It's just an Afghan.
Cool.
Isn't that cool?
I love it. I think that's an amazing idea.
It's going to be awesome. Okay, Corey, I went ahead and finished the squares, and so that's all done across the bottom. It looks really nice.
Right.
But I feel like maybe there's a little more I should do in here. It's a 7-inch square, so that's quite a bit to leave,
yeah,
you know, certainly on a quilt. But
yeah.
and so I just don't want, you know, anything to happen to it.
Okay.
So there's kind of a little flower thing in the middle of this white flower, and so I thought I'll just go around that. And so luckily I have the spoon foot on, so I can move this over and go down, bring up my thread. There we go. And then I will just stitch around it's a circle really. And I'm in regulated, and I'm just going kind of slow.
Yep.
And I'll have a circle on the other side, squares and circles on the other side too.
Oh, perfect.
So, isn't that awesome?
Yeah.
And then they're all attached, and then I feel really good about it.
Good.
So fun. And you'll have to find what you need on each Afghan, because there are so many patterns, and they're just wonderful, but you just have to figure that out.
Find out what works for the quilt.
Yep. Well, what do you think, Corey?
I thought that was really cool. Now, I've seen Afghans before when I was really, really little, but I didn't know that you could take it kind of to this next level, and this was super fast and super simple to do, and we all love a good minky on the back.
Yeah.
So then just putting those together, putting those squares, and then just doing those little circles, I thought that was fantastic. That's amazing.
Good.
I've got to go find one.
Yes, I was going to say, now you're going to hunt for an Afghan
Yes,
for
I
a
will.
good deal.
Yeah.
And they're probably out there because, you know, people will sell them just like they do quilt tops because they don't know how valuable they are.
Right, or what you can do with them.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much for coming down here. I
Well,
really
you're very
appreciate
welcome.
it.
It's been very fun.
Thank you so much for joining us here on Linda's Electric Quilters on YouTube. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay up to date with our videos. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.